Happy Monday, everybody. What's going on? I hope did everybody have a good day? I thought about you guys at lunchtime as I was having leftover spaghetti. What's going on, guys? How are you? Happy Monday, everyone. I guess I might need to send out an alert because I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? Hello. Hey everybody. YouTube and Facebook. What's going on? Maybe I need to send out. We'll do that in a minute. Anyway, okay. Who got here first? Gangstar, Sweet Aces, Silhouette, Alikia, and Sheree. Hey guys. What's going on? We got a lot to get caught up on. I am sorry I missed you guys earlier, but I knew I was coming later on this afternoon. I'm sick, Linda. Well, thank you for letting us know, Linda. I hope that you get better soon. Okay. I'm wishing you speedy recovery. Guys, make sure to wish Linda a speedy recovery. Linda is sick. Okay. Hopefully this will make you feel better. Cause let me tell you something. This tonight is going to be a situation where, you know what? Somebody is doing worse than me. Cause I think everybody on this screen will be doing worse than you at this moment. Okay, let me take off the comments for a second. Everybody on this screen is doing pretty bad. Okay, they're having bad days. They're having very, 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 very bad days. Okay, so just know that what you have, you could probably take some Tylenol, some Motrin, get some rest. You're in your home, in your nice, comfortable bed. These folks, baby, it's not good. It's not good. Somebody got an LWOP today. Someone else's case has been prolonged. This couple got a case, and ma'am over here, down in the corner, she getting ready to get a LWOP too. Okay, SAKIYAH Thompson. I guess we could start off with her. We can just go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that update because, ma'am. Oh, if there was a case that I wish that they were showing right now that they were broadcasting, this is in Broward County, Florida. Oh my God, it's this one. I cannot tell you how much I would love to be watching this trial right now. I can't even tell you how much I would love to be. I guess I'm telling you right now, I would love to be watching this trial, but we're doing the best we can and we're catching what we can. Let's get into it. First, really quick, let me say hi to everybody. Ooh, hold on a second, guys. Let me get my little. Let's see everybody. Hey guys, how was Monday? We will be back for lunch tomorrow, okay? Bougie Gang lunch will be in effect on tomorrow. My gang stars, how are you guys this evening? I know it's a little bit late. It's a evening. It's an evening meetup tonight. If you guys did not catch Member Live last night, go get into it. If you're not a member, you always have there's always today and there's always tomorrow. So if you have not, girl, have you heard about? Yes, I have. I actually have the police report, but I wasn't planning on doing that. That's a little too much for tonight. But I do have the complete police report, and it's a lot. So tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow. But I've got it right here on my desktop. Oh, right, girl. Let me see. Hold up. Right there. I got it. I've just been this weekend, I was, doing mom things and I got caught up. So, I just couldn't get caught up on everything. But yeah, I have it. I got another interesting story to talk to you about too. Keonce, by the way, did you see that I talked about your HR question this morning on Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary, as well as Dear Fran letters? Did you catch that today? If you didn't catch it, I responded to your question. Okay. It was a nice we had a little HR chat in the morning on Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts. If you didn't catch it, I'll drop the link so you guys can get into it. Okay. Let's see. Everyone else here, today was a productive day. Loved it. So, was it helpful? Because I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to be answering. Maybe you just wanted my take on things, but that's what I figured. Okay, guys, let's get into it. You guys, if you have not been over to check out our sponsor yet, we have a wonderful sponsor who has been sponsoring your girl the entire month, from September into October, and we appreciate her so much over at TTP Body.
TTP Body.
Oops, I'm a little ahead of myself. So go and make sure to check her out. Again, thanks to our sponsor. The information and code are on the screen.
TTP Body. After years of trying countless products that didn't deliver, Los Angeles native Tamara Palmer decided to create her own. The result? TTP Body, where beauty and soul are nurtured together. Fuel your follicles, strengthen your strands, and let your hair flourish with the Ready, Set, Grow Hair Growth Oil. Kissed by an Angel, designed to deeply replenish and protect. Forever Young Body Butter. Indulge your skin with buttery richness and all-day moisture. Enjoy the Detox Me Face Mask. From scalp to skin, deep, clean, bold shine. TTP Body has you covered from head to toe. Glow is just one click away. Hydrate, radiate, repeat. Discover TTP Body today.
Okay, thanks again to our wonderful sponsor, TTP Body. And again, make sure to use Bougie10 so she knows I sent you and you get 10% off. I always feel like 10% off always covers like shipping or tax. So 10%, definitely it does something. Okay, guys, let's pivot over here. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Let's get caught up, guys. So yeah, I'm surprised you guys want to hear about Oneida Romulus, because baby, that story is it's a lot. And I know sometimes you guys get a little weirded out by these, it's a pretty sad mom story. Um, it's pretty heinous. But yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I feel like it's a little bit too much to go to sleep on, so we'll get into it tomorrow. Shouts out to our friends over on Facebook, Melissa and Juanita. Whoever else is on Facebook, make sure to tap in so I can say hi to you. Yes, tap in as you come in and make sure to hit the thumbs up because likes do matter and it helps get us out into the algorithm. Okay, guys, let's get caught up over here. This is the story. Saykinah Thompson, she is the woman who got on a plane from New York, went to Florida. She found out her boyfriend was cheating on her. And I feel like little did she know she was 2 months pregnant. But according to her, part of her defense now is that she knew she was pregnant and she was upset and feeling insecure. So she went to confront the girl. Guys, how about she got on the stand? She got on the stand in her trial. It's like all the boring trials that they're showing right now, this woman gets on the stand. We've been waiting for someone to get on the stand, at least I have. And she gets on the stand, and guess what? We don't get to see it because the local affiliates are not. There is news in the courthouse. So we're getting what we can. But yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. I do feel like there's another LWOP in the future because she is admitting to killing this young lady. Let's get into it and we'll talk about it after we see this bit of footage right here. Let's get into it. Are we here? Let me add this to. Okay. Hold on. My bad. So this was Friday.
Only on 6, a woman accused of killing her romantic rival in Tamarack took the stand in her own defense today.
State prosecutors allege SAYKIYNA Thompson flew from New York to South Florida to kill her boyfriend's lover in 2022. NBC6's Marissa Bagg was the only reporter inside the courtroom for her testimony. Marissa, she didn't deny the killing, right?
She did not deny it. She says that she acted in self-defense that night, and she went on to tell the jury that she at least tried to clean up some of the crime scene and that she did not call police because she was afraid. Over 2 hours of testifying in her own defense, Saykinah Thompson told jurors she was jealous of the relationship her boyfriend had with the victim, Kayla Hodgson.
A little, I guess you could say, jealous and like insecure.
Thompson admitted to flying from New York to Tamarack in July of 2022, in part to confront Hodgson about the relationship, hoping to convince the other woman to stop. This video shows Thompson showing up unexpectedly at Hodgson's Tamarack apartment at 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's 4 o'clock now.
Thompson says a conversation about their love triangle quickly turned sour. Thompson says Hodgson hit her over the head with a hookah.
She just starts grabbing my hair and punching me, and I'm on the floor. I'm kicking. I'm trying to get up to fight back at this point because now it's a fight.
Thompson was 2 months pregnant at the time. She told the jury she had no choice but to grab something sharp and defend herself.
I told her I was pregnant, so I felt like she was trying to hurt me and my baby. I didn't just fight for me. I fought for me and my baby.
Ma'am, you're at her house at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Was dead. She tried to clean up parts of the crime scene with Lysol wipes and paper towels. She admitted to changing into Hodgson's clothes. This video shows her leaving the victim's apartment in those clothes.
I had to change at that point because I'm like, I can't leave out of here looking like this.
Why did you feel like you had to change?
Because there was blood everywhere.
Thompson's attorney asked her why she didn't call 911.
Why didn't you call the police?
I was scared. Just scared.
Okay. What were you scared of?
I was pregnant and like I just killed somebody.
Hold on, before we finish watching this, I mean, does that sound like a good excuse to, first of all, they said 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock was bad enough. Now it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I really feel bad for the decedent, and certainly maybe she was caught off guard and really didn't know who was at her door. But answering the door at 4 o'clock in the morning is pretty scary. And you see what happened. She got killed. Anybody knocking at your door at that hour is not, that's crazy. They don't live there. They don't live with you. Nobody needs to be knocking on your door at damn 4 o'clock in the morning. And you see what happened with that, especially when you got somebody you're dealing with who is a fool. Let's finish this up. But yeah, she testified on Friday. She was going back on the stand today. Y'all, I tried to call into the Zoom hearing because I was looking at the record and they had the Zoom information posted. Y'all, I sat on hold for a half an hour trying to get in on the Zoom, and the judge never bought the Zoom up. I was like, want to know what's going on so bad. I mean, I feel like we know how this is going to turn out because she admitted to killing her. She admitted to leaving the scene of the crime. I think all they have her for is murder. I'll have to look it up, but I think that's the main charge is murder. I don't even think maybe they're doing lesser included, so it could be a couple of other things that they're going to be able to consider when they get their jury charge. But I think based on the fact that she showed up at a very strange hour, it's not like she came over 3 in the afternoon or 4 in the afternoon. She came over at 4 in the morning. People are typically disoriented, not 100%, right? You engage in a fight with her, you could have left. The fact that the victim felt that she had to hit you with a hookah may mean that in her own home, she felt threatened. So there's a lot that a jury could probably take from the situation to think something's not right here.
Now, the state is adamant that Thompson came down here with the intent to kill that day. Prosecutors will have the opportunity to cross-examine her when the trial resumes Monday morning. If Thompson is found guilty, she faces life in prison. We are live here at the Broward County Courthouse. Marissa Bagg, NBC6 News.
Girl. If you want to see the beginning of when I started covering this, I do have a couple of things posted in Patreon, maybe even from about a year ago, where I started following this case, but I did do an update like a week or so ago when it started, the trial. I was hoping that the local news channels would cover it, which they kind of are, but they're not broadcasting live from the courtroom, which is unfortunate because I think this was probably pretty juicy and definitely up our alley of something we would watch. But unfortunately, but if I were in Florida, I would be there. Anyway, okay, so this is what's going on. Let's go and dip over to another Florida location before we hit these two dockets. You guys know what happened today in the Tallahassee courthouse. It was giving ugly cry. It was giving very much angry. It was giving all kinds of emotions. Donna Adelson, the matriarch, they say the mastermind. Judge Everett really did give her much of his ass to kick. Judge Everett is done with her. He's done with her. And the funny thing, or not, it's not funny, haha, but funny like, well, damn, was the fact that her team brought some arguments as to why she should be able to get a downward departure. So, like, I guess some leniency when he sentenced her for the two other crimes that she was convicted of. Because the first degree murder, he has no choice but life. Now, I don't know what the help is in getting a downward departure from those two, but maybe if they were successful with the appeal, I don't know if that would help her. So now they're fighting all of the charges, maybe not just the murder. Now they have to fight all three charges. And the fact that he also did them. So he did the life plus 30 plus 30. The two 30s were basically merged into one. And then the life plus 30 is consecutive. It's like, sis, you're not getting out. He was very much annoyed with her and done with her. I don't know if you guys watched this. So we're going to get into a little bit of it. It was pretty, it was long to me, but I feel like we've seen longer sentences. But she looked a mess. She looked an absolute mess. And she just looked very angry. Let me tell you something. I had a neighbor and she's giving the same energy of my neighbor. All I could think of when I saw her today was like, oh my God, that's our old neighbor. Which is one of the reasons why we got the hell up out of there. She kind of went crazy on us and it became uncomfortable, and it was time that, we needed a bigger house anyway. So it was time. But do you imagine living next door to this? She's awful. Awful.
Disposition and sentencing in case number 2023 CF 3226 State versus Donna Adelson.
Like, she already knows. Did anybody watch this today? She already knows what's getting ready to happen here, sis. You're getting life. You already know this. Like, there's no point in being upset about it because you know what's going on here.
Parties can make their appearances.
Georgia Kappelman for the state.
Joshua Zahn for the defense.
Jackie Colford on behalf of Mrs. Adelson.
Have the parties received their copies of the pre-sentence investigation report?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Judge.
Are there any objections that either party wishes to make to the pre-sentence investigation report?
No, sir. There are corrections that would need to be made, Judge.
What are the corrections?
Would you like me to stay in?
Okay, we're not going to go through all that. She cited some corrections. We're going to go. They did a few statements. Judge Everett was very annoyed. There's Harvey sitting there. Did Harvey get up and say anything? Because, girl, I'm going to be honest with y'all. At a certain point, I fell asleep for like maybe 20 minutes because I was like, is this? Oh, I woke up. I was like, did I miss it?
Donna is a victim of natural circumstance, but has been actively exploited by parties involved in this.
Hold on.
Okay, parent.
I wonder why. If Harvey didn't speak, I guess I understand. Hold on. Let's go over here.
Donna is a victim of natural circumstance, but has been actively exploited by parties involved in this case. I believe she was exploited by her son. Knowing Donna, who was the youngest child in her family, knowing her mother, and how close she was with her mother, and understanding their love and need for family, it makes no sense to me that she would pursue an activity that will destroy two families like it has.
But can you explain to me why nobody showed up to that man's funeral? If everybody now is all broken up about what happened to Dan, why didn't anybody show up to his funeral? Why didn't you guys have a funeral? Even though I guess so Wendy wasn't his wife anymore, they were divorced, but why did you not bring those children to the funeral? Why did you guys not attend the funeral or the memorial service in Tallahassee? Like, how can, like, it's just suspect as I don't know what, not showing up for this man's, you know, why, Wendy, did you not show up to the hospital? Even though that would be traumatic for children, I get it, but people bring their kids to the hospital if a parent is passing away. They give them that final moment. I mean, that's a very personal decision. But damn it, Wendy could have gone. It's like, that's just weird. I don't know. If I'm too young, I never heard of these people. This is, well, the person who died, this was 10 years ago. So this is her son-in-law who passed away, this guy named Dan Markell. So the murder trial for her daughter's husband. So no, not really, because some of the people in this trial who've been convicted are in their 30s. Maybe they're going into their 40s now, but some of the people were in their 30s. Some were in their 30s, some were in their 40s. Obviously, Donna is very senior. I think she's like 76 or something, but they say that she was the mastermind of the plot. She put her son up to fixing a situation with her daughter. She wanted her daughter to move back to South Florida. It's a lot. It's a very interesting murder plot, and it's very complex. And this is the fifth conviction, because the two hitmen, the girlfriend, Katie, that's 3. Charlie, her son, got a life without parole, like a year and a half ago. Now she's gone, and then now it's possible that the husband, who's another, he's the daddy, the patriarch of the family, I don't know if they're coming for him, but next could be her daughter, who was the ex-wife of this guy Dan Markell. This is like a really big case. So yeah, if you're into true crime, I mean, it's very interesting. And there's a lot of talk about it up and down the YouTube streets. But yeah, this lady is not pleasant at all. And she's kind of getting what she, look, by all accounts, to the people who love Dan Markell, people were very happy today and feel like she got what she deserved.
However, having known her son,
just imagine, like, God forbid, just imagine your mom wanted better for you. You married someone your mom didn't like, and your mom and your brother are on the phone and they're like, you know what? He's such an asshole. We should get rid of him. And your brother has a girlfriend who is about that life and she knows a Pookie. Okay. Your brother's girlfriend who's about that life. Her baby daddy actually is Pookie. Okay. And Pookie and some YNs drive to the other side of the state to go and handle your man that you just divorced, who's giving you a hard time about custody of your kids. That's basically what happened. Okay. In a nutshell, that's basically what happened. And the prosecutors have been putting one by one away. So they got the 2 hitmen are already in jail, in prison. The girlfriend who bridged the murder for hire plot, she's gone. She's got life. And the son got it, like I said, a year and a half ago. And now mom is getting it. And so now the wife, the sister, her daughter is, she claimed she didn't know what was going on. She claims to not know anything, but they have a lot of evidence that kind of slowly had to come out through each and every trial. It just makes Wendy look more guilty. So they kind of had to do it this way because each trial revealed a new layer of information. Also, the technology that's available today that wasn't available 10 years ago, that they've been able to use to go deeper in some of the data that they were able to collect, to be able to tell more and more and more of the story. Wendy's on borrowed time. Yeah. It's just like a slow drip of, girl, can you, wow, Sonia Clampett. Hey girl, how are you, hun? Okay, so let's catch a few little parts of this. We're not gonna be all deep into it, but let's catch some of it.
I believe Donna, in her own naive way, trying to be a loving mother, is subdued by guilt, by silence, by denial, and perhaps even active exploitation, and used for activities she had no part of.
Okay. Let's progress. This is giving definitely very geriatric, but girl, people are about that life from cradle to the grave. You know what I'm saying? So here comes another one of her character references with his walker.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you will give today will be the truth?
I do.
You can lower your hand. You may direct the witness or you may give a statement.
If you could state your full name, please.
My name is Richard Gordon Chagrin.
And have you prepared a statement here today?
Yes, I have.
Okay, you can give that to the court at this time.
Okay. This is on behalf of myself and my wife, Susan Brotman, an attorney at law. We have known Donna Adelson for over 35 years. She's been a dear friend and travel companion, and we are still in shock of her current circumstances. We know her to be a loving parent, wife, and grandparent. We stand behind her claim of innocence. We feel the trial was held in a county where there's been a lot of bad and inaccurate negative publicity, therefore not allowing a fair trial. We contend if a change of venue was granted, she would have been found not guilty. We are hopeful she will be relocated to South Florida, where she can pursue all legal remedies available. Thank you very much for your consideration.
These are character statements or quibbling about the evidence and the rulings?
It's character, Judge. They're here to talk about their friendship and time. Thank you.
Any witness examination?
Did she try to shut the judge down? They're here to talk about their friendship and time. Thank you. They're supposed to be giving character statements, not like Judge Everett said, quibbling about rulings in the past trial. Judge Everett is funny to me.
For Mr. Chagrin.
Scotty?
No, Your Honor.
You may be seated. Any other witnesses?
We did provide to the court, if you received your copy, Judge, some very short letters that were written as character support on behalf of Mrs. Adelson, if I may go through those at this time.
Go ahead.
Thank you. The first letter that was submitted to the court was by Annie Cunningham and Ronald Gutterson, who testified at trial. They say, "We are writing this letter to restate our knowledge and feelings regarding Donna Adelson. We have known Donna since 2009 and consider her to be our dearest friend. Donna is a kind, caring."
Okay, we're going to advance and get to the good part. So, towards the end, Jackie over here has some law and has some circumstances where a downward departure could potentially be, she could be eligible for a downward departure, which meant that he could sentence her a little less harshly using certain information. Baby, Judge Everett said, well, I do concede that it is that there is an opportunity for a downward departure, but yeah, I'm not going to do it. He was just like, you know, he sat there, he looked at the law. He did a Judge Arun Subramanian. You know how Judge Arun has you, he gave everybody all kinds of time to submit paperwork, do research, make an argument, all of the things. And it's like, yeah, we're not going to do that today. Thank you. I know yes, we have the discretion, but I'm not going to do that. Let's hear Donna's statement, because that was a trip. And then we'll hear, is that Donna's statement was a fool. Okay, maybe it's still back here. Hold on. Donna could not get it together. She was very upset and angry. Oh, here we go. We'll listen to this whole thing. Ma'am, this is exactly what she kind of was trying to take a book out of Sarah Boone's book. She was giving, God, do you imagine if she ends up in jail with Sarah Boone? Oh my God. It was giving angry. I'm very angry. I've got grievances, and you're going to listen to what I have to say.
So Hill versus State.
He was a caring and loving father, son-in-law. Was a fine and decent man. He was well educated.
I'm going to move the microphone.
Now, this is what I would say, which Judge Everett's not going to say that, but if Dan was all of these things, why did y'all not go to his funeral? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't even want to say that's cultural, because funerals are important in every culture, right? Every culture, they're important. Everybody knows it's important. How is it that he's all of these things and you're crying and y'all didn't even go to his memorial? You guys it's not like y'all are financially strapped. And then you guys didn't have the boys you didn't even send the boys to go be with their grandparents to well, we're not going to go. We're going to skip it. We're busy at the dental practice. We'll just send the boys. We're going to put them on on a supervised chaperone flight. Let the flight attendants, can you meet them at the airport? Come get the boys. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. It's crazy that they can sit there and pretend to be sad when you guys weren't they eating lobsters and all happy after Dan died? It's like, y'all need to stop.
Okay. Is this loud enough, Judge?
I can hear you.
Thank you for letting me speak. My son-in-law, Dan Markell, was a fine and decent man. He was well educated and passionate about his career. He was a good son-in-law, but more importantly, he was a caring and loving father. On July 18th, 2014, his car was followed, leaving his home. It should have been just like any other day, an ordinary day in the life of Ben and Lincoln's father, but it wasn't. He didn't know when he left his boys off at daycare that would be the last time he would see them and the last time they would see him.
I'm going to say, but you guys knew. Somebody knew. Katie McBanawa knew.
He didn't know when he went to the gym afterwards.
No, I didn't play Harvey. I'll go back to Harvey.
He would exercise. And he didn't know when he drove home that his life would end within minutes. Danny wasn't just being followed, he was being hunted. He was brutally murdered in broad daylight, sitting in his car, in his garage, by vicious killers. I cannot imagine the terror he felt when he saw a gun pointed at him through the window of his car. I cannot conceive of his heroic efforts to stay alive during the hours after the attack.
And your wretched ass daughter was sitting there at the police department. I wonder what she did after she left the police department. Like, she didn't. You're like, what a hero. All of that. You guys were on your way up, and did you send her ass? The man lived for 12 more hours. Did you say, Wendy, go see your husband as a mother? Mom, I don't want to. You know, we weren't getting along. We had a fight today. Girl, get your ass to the hospital. When me and your father get there, we'll be there. Go. The family is in Canada. They can't get here in time. Go sit with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing. But now you're crying in court. If this court case hadn't happened, she wouldn't be shedding a tear.
Danny died in the early morning hours of July 19th. His death is a loss to his children, his parents, his sister, all of us in his family, his friends, his colleagues in the legal community, and to his students at FSU Law School. Danny's boys each have a photo of themselves with their Abba, their dad, beside their beds. They grew up kissing the framed photo and saying, "Good night, Abba, I love you." But pictures and memories are all they have, because cruel, cold-hearted people took him from all of us who loved him. My heart was broken when Danny died. My grandsons were going to grow up without the father who loved them. I wondered, how could we help these boys through this trauma?
I know, right?
It was then that my husband and I knew that the best way to honor Danny's memory,
she's getting ready. She's doing a whole Easter speech, y'all.
An abundance of love.
I feel like I needed
a
snack
if he were alive. It is interesting how the state can't make up its mind about who is what they call the quote mastermind behind this murder. In both of Catherine McBanawa's trials, the state claimed she was the mastermind behind Danny's murder. In my son Charlie Adelson's trial, they claimed he was the mastermind. And now in my trial, they claimed that I, this grandma, was the mastermind behind the murder. I had no idea that other people planned to cut Danny's life short. And the people who did this are exactly where they deserve to be. But I had no knowledge that this horrible, evil act was going to take place.
Yeah, well, you know what? When you guys were sitting on the phone talking goofy, it was giving that you did know. And why It's not even like Dan Markel lived across town. He lived on the whole other side of a state. They were down at the bottom in Miami, and they lived at the tippy top in Tallahassee. And then coincidentally, the day after the shooting takes place, you're dropping off money from the safe, Charlie's money, over to Katie, and then Katie's making delivery to the people. Come on now. Like, the jury doesn't believe you. I don't even have to explain it. The jury doesn't believe you.
If I had become aware of this plan before Danny was murdered, I would have stopped it.
Girl, bye.
With not one iota of actual evidence, the state convinced a Tallahassee jury that I solicited and conspired with other people.
So do you guys think she just wanted to put this on the record today? She wanted to basically testify at her sentencing so it could be on the final record. Cuz just spoiler alert, the judge is getting ready to put a kibosh to this in just a second.
To have Danny killed. Where is the evidence prior to the murder? The evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that the state needed to prove their case. Where is the evidence before July 18th, 2014 at 10:50 in the morning?
Before you continue, Mrs. Adelson, as it relates to this statement, is the defense trying to re-argue the trial?
No, Judge, just giving Mrs. Adelson an opportunity to be heard.
Mrs. Adelson, you certainly can continue. However, the court can take into consideration the utter lack of remorse that you are displaying. Please proceed if you desire to do so.
Where is the evidence before?
You want to keep running your mouth? I'm going to be adding up them years, okay? You're going to be giving 2 lifetimes in a minute, okay? Thank you. This speech is for her appeal. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. She is giving that dumb speech that Sarah Boone did, baby. She's trying to take a page out of Sarah's book. Okay. Thank you, boo.
For July 18th, 2014 at 10:50 a.m. that revealed that I had any involvement in this vile and horrific act. Where is the solicitation and conspiracy evidence? The state needed to show that there was evidence before the murder to convict me. The state couldn't show that because there wasn't any evidence. They were trying an innocent person. It makes you wonder if the jurors were sleeping when the state had Sergeant Corbett on the stand for hours. Their own star witness testified that my phone was never, I repeat, never at my son's house on the night of the murder. The state's theory that my husband and I dropped off money to my son was blown out of the water by their own witness. And yet, the state continued to push that story, that lie of the so-called money drop, to the jury through the remainder of the trial. And the jury bought into it, hook, line, and sinker. Reasonable doubt. Many months ago.
I wish she would have testified because it would have been a hoot. It would have been a hoot. They probably had to say, Donna, don't do it because you can't control that mouth. She wanted to talk so bad. The fact that she is going on and on and on like this, she would have sunk herself, which she was sunk anyway. What was the sarcastic nickname they gave Goober? I forgot. It was something. It was it was something like something else, but yeah, it was some sort gibbers. Yeah. Girl.
My attorneys filed a motion for a change of venue. An expert witness testified that Tallahassee had been barraged with over 9 years of negative social media, printed news, television news, and podcast publicity about my family. He explained to the court, both with evidence and demonstratives, that for me to receive a fair trial, it needed to be held in any of the researched and designated areas in the state of Florida other than Tallahassee. All I wanted was a level playing field, but the court wanted the trial here in the hotbed of Tallahassee. I sat through 3 days of jury selection. 180 potential jurors were asked if they had developed an opinion in my case. Those that answered yes also added, "I believe she is guilty." Not one person, not one, said, "I think she may be innocent." That should have been a clue to the court to grant our motion for a change of venue, but the court denied the motion. One of my jurors admitted during jury selection that she had background information concerning what one of the state's witnesses would be testifying about. Why was she allowed to be on my jury?
What moment?
Another.
Why didn't they, you have a certain amount of choices. Like when they're doing the jury selection process, they had an option to say if they didn't want someone, or, you know what I mean? Like you have an option for that. So that's, ask your lawyers why the juror who said they had information on something made it. That's stupid.
Sure.
Mrs. Fulford,
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Mr. Zellman, again, this has nothing to do with elocution of any sort. This is a raising of grievances which are properly given to the appellate court. What does any of this have to do with sentencing?
Just one moment, please.
Then she goes into a whole thing about Dan Markel, and I'm going to be honest, I don't even want to listen to it because I just feel like it's fake. You did not go to the funeral. I think when you miss someone's funeral, other than the fact that you're on like life support, there are people who walk out of hospitals to go to a funeral. There are people who know that someone that they love and care for, or someone they have respect for, or out of family honor, family business, will get out of their hospital bed, their sick bed. They fly in from all over the world. To not go to somebody's funeral is like a slap in the face. It's absolutely sending a message. And the fact that none of you people showed up for this man's funeral tells me everything I need to know. On top of the evidence that they collected, like a lot of it is circumstantial, but I think a very big piece of circumstantial evidence is the fact that they did not give a fuck about this man at all. And how do I know? Nobody went to his bedside when he died, and nobody went to his memorial or his funeral. They didn't deliver his kids to the family so that they could grieve with his children and spend time with them as they lay him down to rest. And it's been a shit show ever since. Period. No, Wendy didn't go. Wendy didn't bring the kids to the funeral, the memorial, or his bedside when he died. That's it right there to me. That's case closed. And not because they just didn't go, but it just shows a level of hate, disdain, you know. And also Wendy was packing up already to leave and go down to, because the main thing was that Wendy wanted to live in South Florida, and her custody agreement was that she stay in North Florida, which is where Tallahassee is. Night, baby. You want to say goodnight? Cover your thing.
Oh, you're on camera? There's so many uniforms like this, but I'm not ready. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not
Just say goodnight. You want to say goodnight?
No.
Nobody can hear you.
Good night, everybody. Have a blessed night. If you haven't washed your face,
Ma'am, good night. Everybody has their masks on. Everybody knows how to maintenance themselves on this live. That's the wrong audience, boo boo. All right, handle your business. No, baby, that's gonna destroy your teeth. No. Oh my God. Go brush your teeth. Bye. Good night. Good night, dear. Love you. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, mom duty. Girl, she said to go wash y'all face. Okay.
For Thompson.
Sarah said, "Go wash y'all's faces." If it applies, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If she just reminded you to do something, I'll let her know that you said thank you. Okay.
Answer. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, I do.
You can lower your hand. You may speak.
Okay. Thank you, Judge, and respected officers of the court for allowing me to speak. I have been Donna Adelson's husband for over 50 years. My wife sacrificed everything so that she could pour her heart and soul into our children, our grandchildren, and our marriage. This summer was our 54th wedding anniversary, and I had to spend it without her, hand in mind. She has done nothing wrong, and yet is being punished for a crime that she did not commit. I thought we lived in a different kind of world, but I guess I was wrong. I have listened, watched, and sat in the courtroom for the entire trial, and I could not help but scream in my mind by the witnesses that were brought forward by the prosecution who told outright lies. I didn't know that you could lie in a courtroom, but apparently you can. Danny's parents contend that they have never seen their grandchild. But for years they say they've never seen her. But Wendy has shared with me pictures and videos and letters from their visits. They have suffered immensely at the loss of their son, but they also contend to tell lies to the court about our grandchildren. Donna has always been a loving and caring wife and is innocent of the charges. A biased judge and jury were influenced by years of one-sided news pieces and social media.
Dr. Ms. Fulford, this has nothing to do with the character of the defendant or relates to sentencing.
May I just one moment, please?
Go ahead.
Oh,
I don't know who got all these people together to write their little nasty letter campaigns, but Donna, this did not help you. If you wanted to try to get 25 years or try to get something, because you're, you know what I'm saying, ma'am is on the other side of the mountain, literally. She's, you know what I mean? She's beyond middle age. Like, let's just be real. It's not a diss. It's the numbers, right? The numbers don't lie. She's 76. She's on the other side. And if she wanted to get like, you know, could you give me something I could possibly do? Like 20 years, maybe if I could live to 90, you know, and maybe get out with some, like, could you give me something? Could you have some mercy on me, Judge? This was not the have mercy speech. And the people that she had come up did not give any have mercy energy. They sat there and criticized the court while the court is about to give a sentence. Does that make sense to everybody? You don't bite the hand that feeds you. And at this moment, the feeding is the sentence. And they're cutting off all the euphemisms I can think of. Cutting off your nose to spite your face, bite the hand that feeds you, all of the things. When they are sitting there criticizing the court, that's criticizing Judge Everett and the job that he did. And he painstakingly handled these people with kid gloves. And he was very patient, in my opinion, with Mrs. Adelson. and she's a very entitled woman who's, you know, they got a coin. They got a nice, pretty coin down there in Miami, and she feels like she deserves something. Along with, so on top of all of this display, her lawyer has the nerve to ask the judge for a downward departure, which is like leniency in the sentencing. So catch this tea. Catch what he's getting ready to. So he sits there, he looks up everything. Is Mrs. Adelson? Mrs. Adelson?
Having reviewed the cases presented by the defense concerning the downward departure, also as well the argument that has been presented, the court has reviewed its notes of the trial and will rule on the issue of downward departure at this point. Florida Supreme Court has a two-part test concerning whether a downward departure should be granted or could be granted by the trial court. The first is whether the trial court can impose a downward departure sentence based on a valid legal ground proven by a preponderance of the evidence. The second step is whether the trial court decides whether it should impose the downward departure based on the totality of the circumstances. As to both the non-statutory grounds that have been argued and the grounds contained within Section 921.0026, subsection 2, subsection B. In reviewing the trial court's notes, what has been argued by both the defense and also as well the courts relying on the record itself, court will find that there is a ground for non-statutory downward departure, but it declines to exercise its discretion.
Oops.
As to the statutory ground, I will find that both the defendant was an accomplice to the offense and a relative minor participant in the criminal conduct. I will find that has not been proven, but in addition to, the court would still decline to exercise its discretion. As to the sentence in this matter, Ms. Adelson, please rise.
Yeah, like if I could. So yes, Jackie found some law. She found some reasons why he could have had some mercy on her, but that mouth, as it was time to handle that business, she was doing too much. And I guess he really didn't like it and he didn't appreciate it. And this is how he's getting ready to sentence her.
Level of planning and coordination to bring the murder of Professor Markell to fruition was significant in this case. These were not crimes of chance or opportunity, and these crimes also required you to conspire with your son and others. You certainly can choose to deny your involvement and maintain innocence. The court finds the evidence in this case is clear. You will be sentenced accordingly this afternoon. The jury has found you guilty on charges of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and solicitation to commit first-degree murder, and the court previously adjudicated you guilty as to these same charges on September 4th of this year. On count 1 of the indictment for first-degree murder, you are hereby sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole or release pursuant to sections 782.04 and 775.082 sub 1 sub A Florida statutes. On count 2 of the indictment, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, you are hereby sentenced to 30 years in the Department of Corrections that will run consecutive to count 1. The court will also sentence you to 30 years in the Department of Corrections on count 3. Counts 2 and 3 are to run concurrent with each other, but consecutive to count 1. As to the fees and costs, the clerk can please announce those at this time.
$2,100 as a fine pursuant to section 775.083 $105 as the 5% surcharge required by section 938.04. $20 as a court cost pursuant to section.
She's done. She's like, I'm just done. I can't even. She can't even hold her face anymore.
Pursuant to section 938.01 subsection 1, criminal justice trust fund. $50 pursuant to section 938.03, crimes compensation trust fund. $225 pursuant to section 938.05, local government criminal justice trust fund. $2 as a court cost pursuant to section 938.15, county criminal justice education. $50 as a court cost pursuant to section 775.083, subsection 2, county crime prevention. $65 as a court cost pursuant to section 939.185, county additional court costs. And $3 as a court cost pursuant to section 938.19, teen court assessments.
Is there any lawful objection by the defense to these assessments? There. They will be assessed at this time. The cost of prosecution, the court will reserve jurisdiction on to determine for 60 days. If a hearing needs to take place concerning this matter, that will take place at a future time. As the defense's request for the court to make a recommendation to the Department of Corrections to place Mrs. Adelson in a facility near Miami-Dade County, I have no problem making this recommendation. The Department of Corrections will have the final say because this is an administrative matter. I will also recommend to the department that Mrs. Adelson is not to be placed in any unit or facility that would also house Catherine McBanawa. The court did previously award to the state, based on the September 17th, 2024 continuance of the trial, costs that were related to that. Ms. Kappelman, part of what you're seeking to pursue, is that included within that, or is that a separate number?
Are you speaking of the costs that were ordered in Charlie Adelson's trial?
No. The day Daniel Rashbaum withdrew from the case and the trial had to be continued.
Okay.
All costs related to moving witnesses and other matters.
Yes, sir. I don't know the answer to that, but I'll make sure that they're only in there once.
Very well. The defendant is to be fingerprinted, 30 days to appeal. Please file the appeal promptly.
Your Honor, may I approach the clerk? We have put the, I have written on the letters that I had, so we put a composite together and I've shown it to Mrs. Kappelman, who has no objection.
Please place the sticker on them so that way they can be admitted.
No objection.
We are in recess.
Let me tell you, he's so mad. I don't blame him. I don't blame him for being mad at all. Not to say that the judge is like angry, but because I don't want to put that on the judge, but I just think that everybody, all parties involved, who had to work this case, deal with this family, I'm telling you, I almost feel like if I were Georgia Kappelman, I would almost feel like ready to like pack it in, write a book, do something else. Like she's, this is a big job, having to take this case and repackage it like 4 different times, because one of the people got a Luis Rivera, he had a plea deal. He came in and gave information. He gave what he knew and gave information, and he basically like came in on a proffer, if you will. And he didn't have a trial. So this was the 4th time I can't even imagine how many other cases this woman has to work and dealing with these people like this. Because, man, I would be so done with this family. I would be so done with these people. I could not.
782.
Donna, can you tell us how you feel? So Donna got thick since she's been in jail. She says she's gained 30% of her body weight. And, you know, it's like, Donna, she was convicted. It is what it is. I think she wants people to feel sorry for her. And it's just, I don't think no one's given her that. Oh, man. I was trying to fix something. This did not do right. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Anyway, Donna got sentenced today. It's been a long time coming. She got arrested right after Christmas, almost 2 years ago. So it's been like almost 2 years since they arrested her. So it's been like, let's say it's been 2 years since Charlie got convicted, right? And she tried to go to Vietnam right after Christmas or something, you know, or somewhere in the holiday season. So it's been 2 years she's been in jail, and it's been a long time coming. These people they got away with it for a long time. They got to enjoy the fruits of their labor. They got to enjoy their plan and their plot, and they thought they got away with it. They got to do all of that, and now they're just one by one going away, right? Okay. Harvey's been retired. He's in his 80s. He's like 81 or something like that. Harvey's, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Harvey. You wouldn't have Harvey touch your teeth. Wow. This is your new manicure, Donna. Hope you like it. Okay, you guys, let's pivot over to, let's talk about Nesto really quick for just a minute. I had no idea until yesterday that Nesto's trial dates. Did you guys know this, that Nesto's trial dates were changed to February? Like, this is, what do y'all think about that? That's kind of, I mean, I don't think it's crazy, but it's kind of like, I'm saying crazy in the sense like, well, damn. Where is the other? Just a second, guys. Let me pull this up. I have it pulled up, but of course it logged me out because I wasn't in it. Expected. I know, but when February finally comes and they postpone it to September, when's that going to be? Like, when are they eventually going to get to something? Well, I guess with the appeal. So, do you guys remember when we first got the denial for the motion to suppress? And they said something about the appeal, and I think they're supposed to file the appeal 10 days after. So it's like, where's Sean's appeal? That's what I want to know. Like, when are we going to see what the appeal looks like? That's what I want to know. Let's see. And will it be filed under here? Will we see that? Okay, so this is, let's share this instead. Hold on, let me make this big. So yeah, it's 2/17/26, and all the other cases that are open, because the 4 other open cases. So the RICO, which is the big case, then they've got the Strawberry indictment, the PGR indictment, which they want to merge into this. So really and truly, you've got the RICO, and then you still have the sexual assault, but everything has the same date now of 2/17/26. I wonder why they can't advance with the sexual assault. Like, just start, because all they did was arraign. They did the arraignment and that was it. Nothing else. What would make you think he submitted it sealed? Like, under what? Sometimes, like, they can't just do things willy-nilly. Like, what would be the reason why you would think that he would submit it sealed and that it would be accepted sealed? You know what I mean? Like, he can't like, for as much coverage as there is about certain cases, I could not think in a million years that but I don't know that it's going to be filed in the state court. Wouldn't it be over at the appellate court? Let's see. Georgia appellate court case search. Let's see. But that's not even filing it under seal, really. So that wouldn't be filing it under seal. He's just been filing stuff previously, like not visible. I've never filed anything with that court, so I can't really tell you from like a user experience what he did to file it the ways that I've seen him file it to not let us see certain things. But what I can say is this: I don't, he's ridiculous. Let's see. Okay. I'm over here at the Georgia State. Let me make it big so I can try to figure this out. Because I hadn't looked at it yet. So Court of Appeals. Oh my God. I'm sorry for yawning, guys. Okay. Georgia State Court of Appeals, docket search, oral arguments, visitors info, e-file. How do you look up a case? Let's see. Case status, docket search. Let's see. You can search the docket by the case number. I wonder if I have to use I wonder what the case number would be, because is it going to be the same case number like his Fulton County case number? Let's see. Nothing. Let's see. Let me just put in Earnest Williams. Nope. All right, let's see. Trial court case number. So the trial court case number. So that's what I used. I used his trial court case number, and that's not showing. So it's not showing yet. I'll call tomorrow and see if I can find out any information. But it said something like in the rules, it said something about filing the motion within 10 days. So he got his certificate and the motion was to be filed within 10 days. It doesn't mean that it wasn't filed. It just might not be showing up yet for us to be able to see it. So I'm over here. Let me show you guys. I'm over here on the Georgia State Court of Appeals. So I'll call tomorrow and get some information, try to figure it out so we can understand what's going on. Okay, let's pivot for a minute. But anyway, yes, Nesto's court dates have been changed to February. So freedom is not coming soon. That's basically what we know. Okay, let's go over here, guys. Can y'all see my screen? Let me see. Okay. This is Edward Osefo's docket. Who's Edward Osefo? Edward is, or Eddie, the husband of Wendy and the Real Housewives couple that is in trouble. Hold on a second. Right here, Eddie and Wendy. Okay. We talked about that the other day. So I went over to their docket to see what was going on. Let's talk about it. Did my camera turn off? Okay. Oh, it's the wrong camera. Hold on. Oh, I wonder what happened to this one. Okay. Something must be malfunctioning because, yeah, wrong camera. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I wonder what's wrong with this one. All of a sudden it turned off. Okay. It's like it's still lit up, but okay. All right, let's go over here and let's take a look at what's going on, because I wanted to see what was going on with all of these charges. And as you can see, it's like, let's just start right here. Can y'all see this? So they have court scheduled for 11/17. I guess they are operating as co-defendants 11/7. So the funny thing is that they're going to have to have two lawyers. They have their own cases, but they are co-defendants. They're going to have each one is going to have their own attorney. So 11/7 they're scheduled for court, and look at all these charges. So we're on Eddie's docket right now. Charge 1, let's see. So charge number 1, felony. Charge number 2, so false and misleading information, 300 plus, in I guess in excess of $300. Felony, misleading information, count 2. Misdemeanor, count 3. Felony, count 4. Misdemeanor, count 5. Felony, count 6. Misdemeanor, count 7. Felony, count 8. Misdemeanor, 9. Felony, 10. Misdemeanor, 11. Felony, 12. Misdemeanor. So 6 felony, 6 misdemeanors, 13 felony, 14 misdemeanor, 15 felony, 16 misdemeanor. So basically he's got like 9 felonies, 9 misdemeanors. They were arrested on 10/9. They had their $50,000 bond. So nothing that we don't already know. The criminal indictment came out on 10/9. If you didn't hear it, I read it the other night when we were live. So if you go back to that other live, I'll drop it in this. I'll drop the link in this live in the first pinned comment if you want to hear that. But the criminal indictment, and then they got their bail. They're set up onto pretrial supervision. So they're going to have some sort of, not probation, but pretrial supervision means that they're keeping up with them at the probation office. So they could have, I'm not saying that they have leg monitors or things like that, but they put them on pretrial supervision. They probably had to turn in their passports. I mean, I would think be expected, that they don't need to leave the country, or they need to, their travel is probably going to be limited. But the fact that they've got pretrial supervision, so it says pretrial supervision assessment. So it just sounds like they're going to have pretrial supervision. They posted their bond, released from commitment, which is they got out of jail, and that's that on that. But they have court coming up on 11/7. So pretty much Wendy's looks exactly the same. I'll pull hers up really quick. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up, and just a second. Let's pull hers up. So somebody was asking me today, which I really don't know, could they be deported? And I mean, if she's been here as long as I think she has, as long as she was naturalized and she has her citizenship, I'm going to say no, but I don't really know enough about what her citizenship status is. If she's a United States citizen, I don't think so. If she's here on visas and things like that, and she's not a citizen, it's quite possible she could be asked to leave. But I don't think that's the case. I think they've been here for quite a long time, so they might be naturalized American citizens, but who knows? They know, so I guess we'll find out. But the interesting thing, which I've mentioned a couple of times since this happened, is that I've mentioned Joe Giudice, which is Teresa's husband from New Jersey, Real Housewives of New Jersey, her first husband. And Joe, in case you did not know, Joe came to United States with his parents really young, and apparently his parents did not have him naturalized as a citizen. They, at a certain point, if you came with your children, you came as two adults, you come with your kids, at a certain point, your kids could be naturalized through your citizenship process. This was like obviously in the 70s, late 70s. And his parents came soon after they stopped doing that, and each individual person had to go through their own process. They never got Joe citizenship. How Joe was able to be under the radar for so long, I have no idea. But when the whole thing happened with Teresa and they started looking into them, he'd even gone to bankruptcy court. He'd been living his life. Somehow it came out and it was discovered that he was never really a naturalized full citizen, and he ended up getting deported. So it happens. So you never know. I don't want to say no about Wendy and Eddie because I don't know enough about what they got going on. Okay, the only reason why I didn't start from the top is because it's kind of hard to not show their address information. So I scrolled down, but this is Wendy's jacket, but I think she doesn't have as much as her husband. Her husband seems to have 9 felonies, 9 misdemeanors. She's got 16 altogether, and it's looking like, okay, felony, 2 misdemeanors, felony, misdemeanor, felony. Let's just count the felonies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so out of the 16 charges he has, 9 are felony and 7 are misdemeanors. I mean, if they were having financial problems, I hate it for them, but they're going to be paying some nice money to a lawyer. They're going to be paying. The mug shots are a fool, aren't they? Aren't they a mess? Well, Joe got deported. Joe went to jail and got deported. So he went to jail for like what? He went to jail for like 2 years. And at the end of his sentence, they sent him right back to Italy. So I'm not sure what you meant by that, but he's not here. So I don't know what they're going to do different, but right now it doesn't seem like I don't know. If you have a felony and you have a questionable status, they might be sending you home. Now, these two, I really don't know what their status is, so I don't even want to begin to guess. Someone asked me and I was like, I really don't know. I'm going to be honest. I have no clue what their status is, but if their status is that they're not United States citizens, it could be in jeopardy. It definitely could be, but I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to keep you. I wanted to give you guys this quick update, which we've been live for about an hour and a half. We'll be on our regular schedule tomorrow. And why would she smile like that for her mugshot? I wonder if they, Joe was doing dirt for a long time. Well, it caught up with him. So good. What's done in the dark will come to the light. Why did Wendy smile for her mugshot? Why was Wendy's lace not pulled down? Or why was Wendy's lace not melted? Okay. And why does Miss Thompson look like she really laid her wig down? Can you get wigs in jail? And maybe that's her natural hair. She might have a nice, full, thick head of hair. I have no idea what's going on with, but yeah, people are acting a fool. People are acting up, showing out. Donna said, fuck it. I'm not brushing nor combing my hair today. Donna said, fuck it. Okay. Donna said, forget about it. They're getting ready to run me. Tomorrow morning, I'm sure Florida Department of Corrections will have her photographed. She already got her fingerprints done, and she's probably out of here. She's on her way to wherever she's going. I guess we'll see where she's at, or she'll be at with the assignment center, the welcome center for criminals. She'll be getting evaluated at the welcome center and, tested and programs and all of the things. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. This was fun. Make sure to hit the thumbs up for me because likes do matter. If you're coming in later, make sure to comment down below. Let me know you were here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at lunchtime. You guys have a wonderful evening. This was so much fun getting caught up. I will talk to you guys tomorrow and have a good night. Okay, guys? Bye, guys. Have a good night. Don't forget what, her restitution? Whose restitution? Donna's restitution? A great life. Thank you, hun. Oh, good. Thank you, hun. I appreciate y'all so much. Have a good night. I will see you tomorrow lunchtime, okay? If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below. Let me know what's going on, and we'll get to it, okay? All right, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Wow, that's a big restitution bill. Is that because of the trial that had to be canceled? So all of it's a lot. Crime, like they say, crime doesn't pay, right? Crime does not pay. It's expensive.